Hello, this is Cathartic Awareness. I'm Brady with Cathartic Movement, and this is
Greg.
All right, let's get into this. Gregory, it's a pleasure to have you.
It's nice to be here.
All right, so you guys know the drill, Cathartic Connection. This is round 3 of these interviews, so it's been a good time. Comment below what you think so far, if there's anything you guys want to change or add. So I'm here with Greg. Greg, do you want to give him a little brief description of what you do?
Yeah, basically I do a bit of sewing, fun projects. I also have helped you out with a few projects for Cathartic Movement, mostly messing around on cornet, stuff like that. My personal favorite is I'm currently the vocalist for my band Tomb, so that's a lot of fun doing that.
Can you tell us a little bit about Tomb, what they're about?
It's a new project. I am the latest addition. They have been a band and jamming together for a good few years now, and then they're like, we should probably start recording songs. We need a vocalist, and I happen to be the person that they're like, yeah, come on.
Can you tell everybody how you came to be a part of Tomb?
Yeah, basically, my brother is their drummer. When they were looking for a vocalist, it was my sister-in-law, actually, that was like, hey, we've heard Greg sing. He can sing. You should see if he wants to come on as your vocalist. And so I did some tryouts. They seemed to like it, and so now we're all working together, and it's been a good time.
You made the team.
I made the team.
Nice.
And now I'm reaping the cost.
Do you want to share what you guys are doing right now, if there's anything that anyone should look out for or where the process is?
Right now, we're in the very beginning stages. We have a few songs written. We're just in the recording process. Right now, we finished recording almost everything except lead guitar on our first song, and then that's going to go into mixing, and then after that, we're hoping to move on. Our goal is to have 4 songs to kind of release as like a demo. And then from there, we're wanting to start doing some live shows and stuff like that.
We're excited for Tomb. Let's go.
Let's go.
Is there any Instagram or anything we can shout you out on?
Tomb Music Official.
We'll put that in the description as well. So shall we jump right into the game?
Let's go for it.
All right. So Cathartic Connection, everybody that hasn't seen it. There's a series of questions. We have red, blue, and yellow. Yellow is first impressions, and red is sharing personal information.
All right. I am ready to have my identity stolen.
Let's do this. This is your safe space to explore any of these questions and reveal more about yourself and what has made you who you are and why you act the way you do.
Who fucking knows?
Let's find out.
It's a mystery to us all.
Yes.
Let's start off with a good old yellow. Something nice and
All right,
easy.
let's just tread the shallow water first. Nothing crazy.
Water. I saw a green, and I'm not picking up a green because I'm pretty sure those are action cards.
Green are action cards.
Share a unique talent or skill that you think no one else in the room possesses. I guess the most obvious would just be playing a brass instrument. So
Can you go grab that?
No.
Okay.
That's a.
Nice, and put you on the spot. Because there is a brass instrument in here.
There is a brass instrument in here, and it is a fun one.
We will be posting a video soon. We were working on Fleetwood Mac song.
That's what it was. Yeah, the Fleetwood Mac.
So you'll be able to see Greg play trumpet in that video.
It's a cornet.
Thank you for correcting me.
There you go.
Cornet. So we got another thing to add to the list. Greg's a sewer. He sings for Tomb, and he plays brass instruments.
I play a brass instrument.
A brass instrument. I'm sure you could have some crossover there.
Yeah.
You did say you played French horn.
Yeah, French horn was my main thing, like from 5th grade up until graduating high school. Wow. I did French horn, and then I did some trumpet on the side. Graduated, and French horns are expensive. I was renting mine from the school, and so I was like, well, I'm not dropping $5,000 on a French horn. I don't have that kind of money. Oof. If you're going for something that's not on OfferUp, the cheap ones are like $1,000 minimum. Like,
speaking of OfferUp, why don't you tell the audience how we met?
That's where I was going. After a few years of not touching brass instruments, I was like, you know what? I really want to get back into music. I wasn't doing any vocals at the time, and I was just like, I want my gateway drug back into music. Trumpet was fun when I messed around on that, and trumpets are cheap, but I also don't like how brassy trumpets can be in your face. And I was like, well, I was between either a flugelhorn or a cornet. I was like, those both would be some good options for me. I landed on cornets because they're just more widely available.
Yeah.
For those of you who are interested, I went on to OfferUp, and I found one, came with a case. So I contact the seller, start talking. I buy the cornet, and they're like, yeah, I have my own music stuff I'm doing. My artist name is Copic, hint, hint. And so basically from there, if you haven't picked up on it, it was Brady who I bought the cornet from. And then you ended up reaching out to me, and we're like, hey, you seemed cool. Like, we should do some shit. And from there, it's been what you see now.
Yeah, it's a good time. So
yeah,
interesting way to create a new friendship.
It was worked
out very well.
A very unique story.
I find that buying things used offline actually had some cool connections. Sell some used gear. Go to your closet and get that old mixer out and sell it, and you never know.
Sell all of your personal belongings.
Sell everything.
Don't need them.
Yeah, trade it for friends.
Trade it for friends, all right? That's where true happiness comes in.
That's right.
Buying food so you can eat and survive.
No.
Who needs that?
Who needs
true
food?
Happiness is meeting strangers.
Second question. Let's get
question.
right
Let's
back
see.
into it.
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't avoid it.
All right. Well, this
You
one
got
at least-
Shrek'd.
I got fucking Shrek. This one at least isn't a physical. So that's where I draw the line, is that I have to stand up. Create a nickname for everyone playing. All right, I gotta include Steven.
Of course.
And as we all know, Steven is Piss Girl.
Okay.
Give us a little something.
What about your friend there to your right?
I don't think I can say this, but this is Cucklord 3000. Called me Gregory Eggery. For you, Brodonculus.
This is Brodonculus, and we're back with Cathartic Movement.
We got Riley back there. He's Rye Guy. We have Cloasaurus Rex. Yeah.
Way to just dodge the bullets there.
Shoo, shoo, shoo.
Nice. So we did level 1. We did a little
Did a
get
level
Shrek'd.
one. Gotta get Shrek'd. And we jumping in for the childhood trauma
I
stuff?
think we should get right into the deep stuff.
Right into the deep stuff. All right, let's see what we got.
Red.
I'm gonna preemptively squeeze the chicken on this one. That's a weird ass question. I'll read the
Read
question
it?
because it's a weird fucking question. In which spaces do you feel comfortable naked? It's a weird fucking question.
That's a chicken one, huh?
That's
Like space, like
physical space.
Probably not on the interview. Just one that's
yeah.
probably not gonna work.
Man, a lot of these are fucking personal.
That's
It is
that's what red is. You gotta squeeze the chicken. There you go.
There we go. All right, give yourself 3 affirmations. I'm going to twist this a little bit, and I'm going to do 3 affirmations that I think everyone should tell themselves more often.
Can I twist it even
myself
more?
Included. What? What's your
Give
idea?
your band 3 affirmations.
My band. Oh, damn. Everyone is incredibly talented. These are kind of turning more into compliments because it's hard to give affirmations about we all work very, very well together, especially coming in from the outside. And like, I've only been a part of the band for 6 months, maybe, like very new, and still being able to kind of like meld into this group, and we all have very similar creative visions, and the communication on like what does and doesn't work, especially through the recording process, has been really cool. I love that about the band. I don't know, I'm excited to get stuff going. Like, it's something to look forward to.
It seems like a very sensitive area is like the communication aspect. Recording and contributing ideas and
it's really interesting the way we've gone about it, because our writing process has basically been like one person will head a song and they'll basically just do a big jam session and record the whole thing and then listen through and are like, oh, I like this bit, and then we have a skeleton of a song, and from there each person writes their own part essentially. And contributes that, and then we work to make it all mesh together. And then they did all of that and then brought me on. And so then I wrote my own part, worked with the drummer on lyrics. The drummer is my brother. Like, each person gets a lot of freedom on what they want to do while also having the input from others.
What advice would you have for a group of people out there based off of your experience in your band as far as communication?
As a group, you need to be able to take criticism and you need to be able to give criticism. Which that's where I really struggle. There hasn't been much I've wanted to change. I think everything so far has been really, really good. But being able to feel comfortable, but expressing your opinion, how you think something should sound. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you're going to build resentment. You're not going to have a good time. And on the inverse, if you're not capable of taking in other opinions and adjusting yourself to what other people think, then like, again, you're not going to have a good time. It's going to lead fights. And our bassist said the best thing about being in a band is that it's like a brotherhood, which is like it is. And you want to communication, every type of relationship is so important.
Yeah.
And perspective taking is just right in there with that,
The way I'm imagining it now is creativity is kind of like shaved ice, where you come in and you have just a whole block of ice, and each opinion is shaving off a certain shape.
Yeah.
And if you don't shave off anything, then nothing's going to change. Or other people are going to shave to their taste.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't say anything, then you can't ever go back and reshape it.
Yeah, exactly.
Until you're at your final product.
That's a good way of thinking it.
All right, Greg, you know what's coming. The big question.
The big question.
The most substantial album in your life that you've ever heard.
So I've been in the audience for your past few interviews.
So you've thought about it?
So I've had a time to think about this.
Okay.
And I was really stuck on it.
That's a hard question. I'm glad that no one's asking me this.
I came down with two answers. One is in recent times, and one is of all time. Periphery 4 by Periphery for most recently. I am new to metal.
So that might be why you're so captivated by it. It's like a new world.
Absolutely.
You said there was one other option you were considering.
This one is my final answer.
Oh.
That was more like an honorable mention with Periphery 4. All-time most influential album would be Atlas 1 by Sleeping at Last. When I found his music, it was at a point where really the perfect time to find it, because I was like, oh shit, like I can sing. Like,
Oh, wow.
And so his Atlas 1 album, specifically Earth, off that album, fucking gorgeous. And it was kind of what kicked me into like, hey, music is gonna be fun. Like I could do this. I just like need to throw myself into it. This was one thing I was trying to get at that I just couldn't put into words. He was my inspiration when I finally was like, I'm gonna take vocals seriously. He was my inspiration for so much of it. And that's why I kind of attribute how my voice sounds to this day, is because I was like, I want to sound like him.
Yeah.
And so I learned how to cushion my voice, how to sing from my diaphragm while also still being soft, and which has been a very weird transition going into a metal band after learning all that. And it's like now I'm having to learn how to scream and how to actually like sing aggressively and get grit, and
the dynamics you can have with
and
both
the dynamics. Yeah, so
amazing.
It's really really fucking cool. He's such a talented human being. Can't speak highly enough of him.
I like this question a lot because that is essentially the idea behind Cathartic Movement is one translates their physical or mental or spiritual existence into a creative form, and then it is viewed and used as a coping mechanism. Greg, is there anything else you want to share with the fans out there?
His name is Ryan. I forget his last
come
name.
Sit and hang out with Greg.
Come chill with us.
Come hang out.
Come here, Ryan.
Let's get you on this interview.
We got a spot right here. We got Kat.
Don't worry about the 40 views you see below. That won't matter.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We'll get you the exposure you need.
We'll get you what you need.
Despite you being already very exposed.
All right, Greg. Well, thanks for coming out to Cathartic Awareness, and let's follow your path and let's see how Tomb turns out, and maybe we'll check in a little while and
I'm excited to share the stuff we eventually come out with.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Greg. This is Cathartic Awareness. I'm Brady, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.